Well, September is almost over, which means spooky season is creeping its way up in here, and so is chilly weather. Today, we're going to have a high of 74, which is probably about as hot as it's going to get for the next couple of days, with a low of 51. Tomorrow, it's going to be way chillier, super rainy. It's going to be a high of 66, a low of 51, and a 50% chance of rain basically all day, so I would bring a raincoat. Yes, everyone going to the west side and who's going to be hitting the Snoqualmie Pass, I really would recommend being pretty safe. I personally am not a very good driver when it's rainy, and we're going to be seeing a lot of rain. Friday and tonight, you're not really going to be seeing a lot of anything, a lot of fog, which is kind of spooky. But Saturday and Saturday night, we're going to be getting a lot of rain. And then over here in Sunday and then Sunday night, it's going to be snowy on and off again. So definitely be careful. I don't know how to drive in the snow, and I'm really bad at driving in the rain, so I would really take those extra steps to ensure my safety. But I'll send it back to you guys over at the desk. Has it been a hot last couple of weeks or what, y'all? Well, luckily for us, it will be cooling off. Today we only have a high of 81, which does feel a little hot, but it's pretty partly cloudy with a low of 56. And we shouldn't be expecting really any rain until maybe 6 o'clock with a couple thunderstorms, but it's not definitive. Yes, so we're definitely getting a lot chillier weather this week. Today we're going to have a high of 66 and a low of 45. That's probably the most we're going to feel in a while. So tomorrow we're going to get a ton of rain, pouring all day long, with a high of 66 and a low of 45, and we're getting some 16 miles per hour wind gusts, which is a little bit crazier than usual. And then if we can look at tomorrow's game day forecast, I'll get out of the screen for you to see that. So 9:30 a.m., I feel like that's ample tailgating time. It's gonna feel 42, and we're gonna be having some light rain. 12:30 p.m. is kickoff. It's gonna feel 45, and we're gonna get a little second of just some clouds and no rain, but around 3:30, and honestly, right after that 12 o'clock time, the rain's gonna come right back, and we're gonna get even heavier rains around that fourth quarter. I definitely would recommend, going to the bookie, picking up one of those little ponchos with the cougs all over it. I know I did that last Parents' Weekend, and I was so thankful for it because the people next to me were soaked. So we're going to look at the statewide. Over here in Olympia and Seattle, we're definitely feeling a lot chillier. And then over here, Tri-Cities, Spokane, Pullman, it's a lot of the same weather. I feel like Pullman's probably the cloudiest of all of them, but we're at least not getting rain today. And then if we can look at our 5-day forecast, like I said, Saturday is going to be super duper duper rainy. But other than that, Sunday and Monday we'll get a little tiny break from the rain, and we'll just see some cloudiness, teeny tiny bit of sun, but mostly just the clouds. Tuesday, that rain's going to kick right back in, and so Tuesday in class, and maybe bring a little raincoat. And then Wednesday, the rain's going to chill out again, and we're going to get some just partly cloudy weather. But that's all I got for you today, and I'll take that back to the desk. Well, if I were you, I would take advantage of the warm weather while you can, because this week we're going to have a high of 65 and a low of 38. And tomorrow we're still going to have that same type of warmth, honestly a whole lot warmer. And if I were you, I would go to the pumpkin patch tomorrow because it's going to be gorgeous with a high of 72 and a low of 41. And then this week, statewide, we can look at over here. We're going to get a lot of the same weather kind of throughout the entire state. A lot of sunshine, really nice throughout the day, but at nighttime we're going to get way chillier. Seeing over here, we're going to get into the lows of in the mid 40s to the high 30s, which is really chilly. I'm feeling really good bonfire weather. Awesome time, because next week it's going to be super duper rainy. And if we can look at our weekly 5-day forecast, like I was saying, whole bunch of sun. And then over here, like I was saying, it's going to be really ugly on Saturday, a whole bunch of rain. Not good. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will head to Seattle to play the Seahawks on Sunday in the 1 p.m. slate of games. Both of these teams are 3-1 and are looking for their 4th win. Sam Darnold, the Seahawks quarterback, is a nail gun with a 70% completion rate, throwing for 5 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. Baker Mayfield, the Tampa quarterback, hasn't been too shabby either, throwing 8 touchdowns with only 1 interception. This will be one of the highlights of the weekend. WSU women's volleyball bounced back after a slow start against Seattle University, claiming a 3-1 road win. In this game, the Cougs ended with a total of 50 kills and 14 service aces. Lucy Blaskova led the offense with 16 kills. Taryn Vreeling gave some support with 11 kills and 4 service aces. Next, the Cougs will host Gonzaga on the Palouse Saturday, October 4th at 1 p.m. The Cougs look to bounce back from their most recent home loss on the road against San Diego Saturday at 4 p.m. WSU is undefeated in the head-to-head record at 3-0, dating back to 1994, plagued by injuries, specifically starters Kira Fitzgerald, Becca Skinner, and Jenna Struder. Wazoo hopes to shake off the doubters and improve to 4-4-3. Wazoo women's tennis is in Eugene, Oregon today to commence the Duck Invitational. The other teams participating in the Invitational are Washington, Gonzaga, Idaho, Portland, and host Oregon. Redshirt junior Yura Nakagawa, junior Zally Morris, and sophomores Kisado Kanamaki and Martina Pavil are all attending the Invitational. Today, the Cougs are participating in 3 matches, a double at 9 a.m. against Utah, a double against Oregon at 10 a.m., and a single against Portland at 12:30. Tomorrow, the Cougs will have 2 matches, a double against Portland and a single against Oregon. This Invitational will last till Sunday, ending with 1 single match against Utah. I'm Kaia Rayne with your sports. The Cougars started off hot, scoring the first 10 points of the game that led to WSU scoring 50 first-half points in an 81-71 win against St. Thomas on Monday. Tomas Thrasterson led the team in scoring with 19 points. Here's what David Riley had to say about the team's performance. Yes, Peyton, I am currently at the Oregon Ducks game right now where the score is 19-30. We started the game off going pretty well and we stayed really neck and neck with them, but towards this second quarter we haven't been sticking with them pretty well. Yes, Jet. So I'm actually at the Lutheran Church right now where the puck had driven through the parking lot, through their little labyrinth area. Yes, Jet. I am currently over at the Walmart up the street in Pullman where one of the recalled pastas was being sold.
Our football team sucks. Let us win something.
I think Pullman deserves to be the best college town because when you take a college and you plop it down in the middle of a wheat field with nothing else around, the entire town functions around the college, and with that comes the best bar culture in the country.
Barstool is in Pullman right now for the best college town voting party. I'm currently at Valhalla where the voting party is going to be taking place. Pullman made it in the top 4 for the best college town tournament, and currently we're up against Knoxville, Tennessee.
There is nothing else to do here other than be a part of the school, be a Coug, and go to the bars and be proud of being a Coug because win or lose, Cougs will booze.
My name is Ryan. I am a bartender at V Hall and also their event planner. There's going to be iced coffee as a giveaway, and then we're going to be doing some merch giveaways. I think some alcoholic beverage giveaways. Being more seen as a fun school, a party school, great old college town as we are. It's going to be really great for us overall.
I'm Kaya Bunia, reporting in Pullman for Murrow News 8.